Welcome back to another edition of Atomic Diecast, and today we're going to review a car that I really like the color scheme on. I actually like the real car too, but the color scheme on this one is what really grabbed my eye, and it's a 2020 Target exclusive Flying Custom. The model is a 70 Ford Torino. The casting debuted in 2008, and ironically, this is the last one they've done. It's been 5 years since they've done a 70 Torino, so hopefully they'll come back and do some more castings, or I should say some more variants of this casting. I really like the stance on this car. But again, what really grabbed my eye when I saw it at Target was the color scheme. It's a copper, and the copper is accented with orange and gold and some black, and it really stands out well. They put gold 5SP or 5-spoke wheels on it, which I think complements the paint scheme beautifully. As you'll notice, the car is lowered, it's tubbed, it's got really pretty wide tires in the back, which gives it a mean look. And it has a black interior, as you can see. It's really hard to tell if there's much detail. There's a little steering wheel in there and a couple other things, so it's hard to see. The only thing about this car that I don't like is they did a louvered rear window. I'm not a fan of louvering in general, or the louvers that you put over the glass, the plastic. But nonetheless, they put it into the casting itself, which I think is the only thing I'm gonna say is a knock on this car. I really wish they had done it with within the plastic or the glass and done it as a tinted, kind of a smoke gray. I think that would have looked a lot better. But overall, that's a minor nitpick on my part. There are no headlight or taillight details. That's pretty common for Flying Customs. You don't get any of that until you get into the more premiums and RLCs. But they did do a chrome bumper on the front, or I should say a chrome grille on the front and a chrome bumper on the rear, and that kind of makes up for the fact that there isn't any headlight or taillight detailing. There is the scoop, which was common for the big block Torinos of that era. And, again, as you can tell, there's a lot of striping on the hood and also on the sides, which I think is really, really slick, for lack of a better word. They did do silver accenting on the handles, the door handles, which is a nice touch. But aside from that, this is just a really good casting. I wanted to just get it on the channel and share it with people. Flying Customs are not bringing a lot of money. You can find these on eBay. Of course, they're selling for a premium. I think when Target sells them, they're $2.99. And when you look at it, you're not getting anything above a mainline really for a Flying Custom. It's a plastic base, it's plastic tires, there's no headlight or taillight details, but they do some beautiful paint schemes on these cars, and for that reason I do believe they're worth paying the $3. Particularly if it's a model you like. I collect Camaros, so it doesn't matter what it looks like in terms of the paint scheme, I'm going to buy it. And this Torino, again, is one that really jumped out at me, so I got it and kind of forgot about it. I've been putting together a display case in my Hot Wheels room for my favorite muscle cars of all time, and when I picked the car that I want to put in the display case, I picked the one that has the paint scheme that I like the most. So I needed a Torino in there. That was definitely part of that late 60s to mid 70s muscle era, and this one by far is my favorite. In terms of the real car, I won't get into all the specifics. A Ford Torino, you can look them up. They're a two-door sport coupe. In 1970, they had a whole bunch of engine options. They had an inline six, which I think people bought if all they wanted was a Torino. And then they had 4 V8s. They had a 302 cubic inch, which was rated at 220 horsepower. They had a 351 rated at 300 horsepower. They had a 429 Cobra Jet, which is 370, and then they had the 429 Super Cobra Jet, which was 375 horsepower, only 5 more horsepower than the base Cobra Jet, but if I recall correctly, it had quite a bit more torque. I'd have to look that up, don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that was the difference. The car weighs 37 grams, which is, Thought it might weigh a little bit more, but with a plastic base, that's not bad. So that's it for this one, and we'll take it to the track and see how it rolls. Okay, the roll test. This car sits really low. It has minimal ground clearance, so my guess is going to be that it doesn't go too far, but I've been wrong before, so let's see how it does. Roll number 1. Yeah, terrible. 2. And it's definitely too low for the track. I think the front bumper's dragging when it gets to the transition. A little past 2, not much better. And the third one, less than 2. So yeah, it got to 2, which is a poor roller. Again, 3 is average, 4 is really good, 5 is as good as you're going to get. This one is subpar, but I still love the casting. It's really a beautiful one in my display case, so I'm happy with it. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.